Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on the secondary dependent form situation. Okay, so let me explain it to you. I'm not even gonna give you what the internet term is, but it's basically if you're taking care of your parents, like I know this applies to a lot of people from the Caribbean or the islands, where you leave home, you join the army, and you're sending money back home to your mom or your dad or your siblings to help your parents out. So there is a way where you can get all that money back. Yeah, you do get a back pay if you can provide proof, and then you do get BAH for your parents or parent. It only needs one. Or for a local parentis. It's basically someone who you had put in your records and said that, oh yeah, this person took care of me when my parents weren't, if your parents aren't alive, or they could be alive, but it so happened that you probably are not with them. So someone else took care of you for more than 3 to 5 years, I think. So I did it. So I'm just gonna tell you everything that I did, and I'm gonna walk you through the steps of filling out the form and the supporting documents to get it approved. Because not everybody get it approved. Not necessarily that they can't prove that they're taking care of their parents, but because they probably I don't know how to explain it. I've seen people done it and they didn't get it, and they'll try to play you too. Anyways, so the first thing you do is you're gonna go into Google. I can put it up on my screen, like I can put the website up or whatever, but I'm not that fancy and techie with my editing. I'm still working on it. So just type in secondary dependent form, and then you're going to click on the first one that pops up, and then on the left it's gonna bring you to DFAS. So you're not submitting this document to nobody, not your accounts. Well, at the end you will to your finance department, but the initial document is going to DFAS, the people who do my pay. So, and then you're gonna go to secondary dependents. So on the left, right, you're gonna see pay allowances, pay deductions, travel pay, secondary dependency, wounded warrior, tax, documents, TSP for military empowerment. Very much. You're gonna do the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth one, secondary dependent. You're gonna go to Army SDC. Then you're going to go to forms and instructions, and then you're gonna click the DD form 137-3, which is for parents. And after you open that file, it'll bring you to like how many pages? It's 5 pages. And I'm gonna walk you I'm gonna walk you guys step by step how to fill it out. And I will say this only works if you are a single soldier. So don't think you are married and have actual dependents and you can get double BAH. No. So section 1 is gonna say entitlement requested, BAH. You can do the USIP card, ID card, so they can get TRICARE benefits too. You go to the hospital and you'll get free health care. But I didn't do that because I didn't have the yeah, you can do it on the same application, but I rather not to, because it makes it a little bit harder. Me personally, when I did the application, and even after I renewed it, I still didn't do it because I feel like I didn't need it, and I was getting my BH, so I was not pressed. So you're gonna do BH. Last application was approved, disapproved. If you have not done it before, it's your first time, you just leave it blank. And then section 2 is you're just gonna have your name, your duty ID, your rank, active duty. I don't know how it works for reserve or any of that, so I'm just letting you know. And then your complete military address, you're gonna put the address that you're currently stationed at. And if you're in AIT, you can do that. You can start your process, because I started my process when I was in AIT. So long ago it was. And then your telephone numbers, put a current one. It's important because they do call you. and your email address has to be, don't do your military email. So me personally, I've never been able to access my military email since I've been in, so I never used it. So I put my civilian email. Marital status should be single. As I said, you can't be married or have kids and dependents getting BAH and get double BAH. You just won't work. You have to be single, living in the barracks, da-da-dee-da-da-da. Your parents' information, obviously they won't have a DIDI number, so it's just write NA. So I did the fillable application. I'm gonna tell you why at the end, why I did it, why I decided to do it online. The PDF version, did it online and I printed it out. I'll let you know at the end why I did it like that. I wouldn't recommend printing it out and typing the information, like writing information in. Relationship, you're gonna write mother, father, whatever, grandmother, uncle. And then 3, it's your parents' information. You're gonna put their correct address, correct telephone number, present occupation or business. They should be unemployed. They won't cross-reference what they're actually doing. So it would make sense to write unemployed. Because if they're... So at the moment when you do the form, they can be unemployed and then they just magically happen to get a job after you've done it. That's not your problem. So they should be unemployed. I wrote unemployed. And then name and address of unemployer. And it says, if unemployment state, reason, date unemployment began and date employment is expected to resume. As I said, they won't verify why they're unemployed. So you can say parent is unable to work because of mental health issues. It could be anything. It could be from a fractured wrist and it prevents weight bearing or lifting, or I don't know. Go with mental health. As I said, they won't verify it, so I don't know. Marital status, and then you do put that correct information in if they were married, and then if they were and they got separated, you put the date. And then it says E, if parent and spouse live apart or spouse does not support parent, give reason. You will literally write parent is divorced if they are divorced, or parent is separated. It speaks volume for itself, because if they're separated, why would they need to give each other money? Okay, so this is the part. So for F, this is 8F, where you're supposed to put the rest of your siblings in, and the DOD ID number, branch of service, monthly contribution. It doesn't matter if they're actually giving your parents contribution, you will write $0.00. And then for yours, what you'll do is you'll go ahead and you'll add up their rent, their electric bill, their water bill if they have to pay it, gas bill, clothing, food. You'll add that up before you even go to the next part, and then you'll put monthly contribution to parent, but it has to be within your pay, because you can't say you're giving them $3,000 on a PFC paycheck when you're only getting $742. It doesn't make any sense. You can write everything up to $700, if that makes sense. But you still put everything on it, and everybody else who's giving contribution, you just write $0. They don't need to know that they're getting, because if they think that other people are helping them, they're not gonna give it to you. And then, does any other child claim parent for BAH? No. And part 4, parent's residence. Is a home or apartment of parent. That's what I have. And then you name the housing address, and then you put the housing address. That's redundant. You put the name of the housing complex and then the address, not your complete, like if you lived in 123 Summer Black apartment 923, you leave off your apartment number and just write the location of the housing area itself. And it's residence in subsidized housing. It should be no, because I think subsidized housing is for, I don't even want to, I was going to say the projects, but I don't even know. Sub. Yes, it's government-sponsored economic assistance aimed towards alleviating houses costs and expenses for impoverished people with low to moderate income. So no, they're not supposed to be in subsidized housing. Date parents started living at current address. Is current address parents' permanent address? Answer should be yes, because they will give you the BAH based off that zip code, so it has to be all the way through. You have to say that's the same address over and over and over. Persons living in household with parent, even if there's 10 people in the household, you write any on every line, because as I said, if they think that other people are in the house with your parent, they're thinking that if they're over the age of 18, they must be working and they're contributing to the bills, so you shouldn't have to pay for it, which is not their concern, but that's how they're gonna look at it. Then you're at 6, household expenses. So you will write the exact amount that she does, whichever parents pay for rent, because they will ask you for the leasing information. And then food, they can't verify it, so you can put whatever you want. And for utilities, you will put the correct amount, because you will have to send in the utility bill. And it would help if your name is on it too. And if it goes on to value of use of card, so 0, the bottom part where that has the item from A to F and then A to J, you shouldn't have nothing there. Well, you can do clothing and laundry. With my initial paperwork, I had put laundry and cleaning, but I didn't do it for the second time, because since I was renewing it, it was easier to do it. Other expenses, $0. Parents' assets, they shouldn't have anything, because if they have something, they obviously don't need your help. And even if they do, it's not their business. And then D, you're just gonna write no. And then it says explain, you're just gonna write parent possess no assets. Point blank period. And then the 9, parents' income. It all should be $0, because they should not be earning income. It's just gonna get more complicated if you put that they have an income. No. Has parent or spouse applied for any type of pension, social security? That should be no as well. And then show the total amount of member gave parent or paid in parent's behalf for each of the past 12 months. And at the bottom it says member provides support by 1, allotment, personal check, money order, other. Other could be a Western Union payment. Other could be a joint account that you have where the money goes in there every month. Or you can just go ahead and set up an allotment for like 5 months to get the paperwork for the allotment. And the allotment bank account doesn't necessarily have to be a parent's bank account. It could be your own bank account that you set up an allotment to go into. They won't verify. They don't ask for the banking information. If you get where I'm going. So you could be sending the money to yourself. And that's the allotment that you're giving your parents. Remarks, none, shouldn't have any. And then at the bottom, and this is why I said I did the fillable version, is because at the last page, it's gonna ask you to get it notarized. So what I did was I filled it out online. I did the PDF version, filled it out, emailed it to my mom, and then she printed it out and she got it notarized, and then she sent it out from her address. So I'm currently stationed in Germany, so I didn't let her send it back to me and then I send it back to the States. I just emailed it to her. She'll print it off and get it notarized. You can get it notarized at a bank, at an Amscot, or just any notary place that is not expensive. So what you'll do is you can, and they can what you can do is, because you do it that way, you're gonna have to let your parents sign your signature for you. That's what I did. I'm not supposed to. But if you have a simple signature, they can always obviously re-sign it. But if you don't want to do that, you'd have to print it off, sign the bottom, put the date that you had signed it, and then send it to them by mail. Wait for them to get it, then get it notarized, then send it off again to DFAS. And then as for where you send it off, they say you can do it online, but I never do that because there's no way to send in all of the documents online. Like, you're supposed to do your birth certificate to send in your birth certificate and everything and the supporting documents, but how am I gonna send it in? No fax or email is accepted, so you have to I send in a hard copy of everything, not necessarily originals. Like, my birth certificate is not an original, but they do send it back to you once they're done reviewing your case, and they get it approved. They will send it back to you. So this is, I'm trying to bend my paper that I had gotten. This is the confirmation that you will get. So I got it here. I hiding my information. Then I don't know if you guys can see. I'm trying to hide my account number. Determination as follow. Approved. I don't know if it's gonna read approved. It's gonna be right here. It will tell you right in the middle if it's approved or not. And you have to renew it from the time that you had initially submitted for. You have to renew it every year on that. Like, if you did it in October, next year October, before October, you have to submit a new one to get it done. And when you submit the documents, and it's approved for the months that you have shown that you were supporting your parent since you joined the military, they will back pay you for it. So, because you weren't getting BAH for that period, so you will get the money back. You get like a lump sum, and then they'll start giving you in the next month, the following next month, they'll give you the BAH for the current support. So that's the end of the video, guys. If you guys have any questions regarding to the form, or just submitting it, or just anything, just let me know in the comments below. So thank you again for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.